One, Catherine Lucy, October 2025, started a question about the Epstein Files to President Trump on Air Force One. He cut her off and said, "Quiet, Piggy." Something that a man who's used to shaming women would say.
Did Jeffrey Epstein read his emails that you said you knew about the girls?
I know nothing about that. They were,
Sir,
yeah,
if
Jennifer,
there's nothing incriminating in the file, sir,
Venezuela,
why
sir.
not act like
Quiet,
acting as
quiet, Piggy.
Two, Julie K. Brown from the Miami Herald. GOAT in local Epstein reporting. She cracked stories, she won awards, she was dogged, and it goes back. 2019, she was traveling around investigating. So cut to December 2025, Epstein document dump. In those emails, people were tracking her flight schedules, flight numbers. They had talked about flights that she had booked herself on her home computer in her maiden name. 3, Don Lemon is the first reporter with a mainstream background and that big of a following to report on these Sasha Riley interviews. Sasha Riley is the male survivor that went on the record. Don Lemon is mainstream, and he was the first one to do it mainstream. January 20th, 2026, and 10 days later he was arrested.
Okay, after what happened to you, how are you?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, that's a really, that's an honest answer. I don't know. I mean, I'm okay. But this is very serious.
4, Caitlin Collins at the White House on February 3rd. Remember what he said to her? She should smile more. How awful she is, to berate her and humiliate her. Do you know what her question was that made him say that? She asked him about that week's document dump, Epstein file document dump.
What would you say to people
Like
who feel like they haven't gotten
healthcare,
justice, Mr. President?
something that people care about. Yeah, what did you say? Go ahead, CNN.
What would you say to
are
the
so
survivors
bad.
who feel like they haven't gotten
You are
justice?
the worst reporter. I don't think I've ever seen a smile
Well,
on
I'm
your face.
asking you about survivors
You know
of
why?
Jeffrey
You know why
Epstein,
you're not
Mr. President.
smiling? Because they should be ashamed of you.
These are survivors.
Again, with the shaming or arresting or tracking. These are 3 women and a black gay man. And that leads us to number 5. Savannah Guthrie. 2 days prior to that comment at the White House, smile more. 2 days before that, on the 1st, is when Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped. Her daughter Savannah was the first reporter to put Virginia Giuffre on television and interview her about Jeffrey Epstein. The first reporter. And after doing her one-on-one report with Virginia, she talked to other survivors you know the names of. It was the first interview, the first televised interview with these women.
The only solace for me is that when a group of people who've experienced trauma of this kind come together united against a common enemy, there's a very special bond between us all.
A painful bond shared among these 6 women sitting together for the first time.
I feel like, it was a big game for him, and we were the pieces of his game.
I can relate to pretty much every person sitting here next to me.
Virginia Roberts Giuffre. In her first broadcast interview, Virginia tells NBC News what she has previously alleged in court filings, that Epstein directed her to also have sex with a number of powerful men.
That interview Savannah did was years ago, but her mother was not kidnapped until these new files were doc dumped. The really, really bad ones we're all talking about.
On behalf of our family, we want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom, Nancy.
Don't stop asking. Don't stop asking. Be careful.